I'm going to be very brief here. As Rob said, I'm Dan Cherry with Yavapai County. I just want to talk very briefly about Oak Creek and Yavapai County. Water doesn't really recognize political boundaries. It just keeps on going. Everything in Coconino County in this watershed ends up in Yavapai County. So we are obviously concerned about that. I will say that the hot issues of the mudslides, landslides, rock falls, and whatnot are strictly a Coconino County concern. Those are very, very important. I want everybody to take that away from this. By the time water and mud and whatnot gets to Yavapai County, we're dealing more with riverine type flooding in a classic flooding sense. We're going to have debris, we're going to have sediment, we're going to have ash in the water, and it's going to be dirty, it's going to be ugly. There is a chance for higher runoff potential, but by the time it gets to Yavapai County, and for those of you that may be Yavapai County residents, our concerns are lesser. So please keep that in mind. So what to do? As Supervisor Matt Ryan said at the beginning, if you have a chance to get flood insurance, you should get flood insurance. Everybody here that has any potential for flooding should be getting out there and getting a flood insurance policy if you think you're going to be affected by this. I cannot stress that enough. We deal with this every day in our own jobs. We tell people, get flood insurance if you are in a high hazard zone. Well, the hazard zones associated with this are extremely high hazard zones. So please, if you have the opportunity to get flood insurance, please do so. You can go to your standard insurance agent. If they can't help you with that, they will direct you to somebody who can. Secondly, review your property. If you are down along Oak Creek or you are in an area that may receive increased water and you have debris or materials that can be carried downstream, such as plug up a culvert or a bridge or cause problems for other people, please remove that. Get it out of the way so that water can't carry that down. Sandbags, as Tim with the city mentioned, there are numerous locations for sandbags around Sedona. And Dustin had mentioned that there's going to be some staged up in Oak Creek Canyon. They can be helpful. They can't stop everything. I want everybody to understand that too, is you can't just put a wall of sandbags and expect it's going to stop the kind of events that have the potential of occurring here. So use them smartly, use them to help direct things. As far as runoff goes, sometimes you may be just adding to the problem though if you're putting them across something that is too large for them to help with. So keep that in mind. I'm trying to make these available for people to use, but they're not appropriate for all situations. Educate yourselves. Floodsmart.gov is a fabulous resource that we direct people to every day. There is a tremendous amount of information there that if you take the time to get on that website and look up flooding risks that's associated with wildfires, you can get good information there. There's also a lot of information on FloodSmart about flood insurance. So take the time to look at that if you're concerned about it. And lastly, as everybody else here has said, be aware of what's going on. Keep in tune. If flooding occurs, go to high ground. Do not drive across flooded roads, okay? If it's a low water crossing and it's got water going across it and you can't see what's underneath that water, it could be washed out. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you become part of the problem out there. It's better to stay put if you're in a good spot. Got a little bit of contact information here. Rob mentioned that we've got several gauges in the upper watershed of Oak Creek and West Fork. If you go to our website, ycflood.com, there's a link on there to get to our flood warning network mapping and gauges. So if you'd like to follow along, that's more or less real-time data. This is something the Weather Service will sometimes use to get some spot checks while they're following storm patterns in the area. So you too can get to that. Other than that, I'd like to wrap this up. So thank you, everybody. We appreciate you being here.